Hey guys, welcome back. And tonight, I have been lazy this afternoon, I have to admit it. We are going to have to finish off our parameters. Okay, so we did do a couple of lines, but not very much. So it'll be interesting to finish this off by making this function up here and doing it in C++. Okay, so having looked at this, when we look at the code, I'll show you. Right now, these normalized vec1 and vec2, which are bools, okay, these are actually hard coded, so it never actually uses this false, and it never actually uses this true. Okay, so we can actually cut this down and make it a bit better. But the thing is that it is part of another system here. So you can see that we've got to do this calculation first. Now we have done that. Okay, so we can see that if I bring this up. Okay, so this here nope, I'm talking rubbish. It's this here is this part here. Okay, now this is a macro, as I was saying, and you'll notice this vec1 is always true and this vec2 is always false. Okay, and vector 1 is that variable, and vector 2 is actually this vector here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, right, is in here I'm going to say temp vector 2. Okay, and then I'm going to say temp vector 2 equals f vector, close that off, and we'll do point 03 f comma point, that's not point either, f comma point 03 f, and that is us set up vector 2. Okay, now just give me a second here, it is rather hot and I'm sweating and it's dripping off my eyebrows into my eyes and I can't blooming see. I mean, it's not the heat, it's not that hot, it's the humidity. Okay, so we're going to do this. Okay, so let's figure this one out. Right, so we're going to have a max vector. So let's look at our thing here. Right, and we'll add max vector. So we've got our vector coming in, right? Vector 1. Now we know that vector 1 is always true, so we're going to normalize it, right? And we know vector 2 is always false, so we're not going to normalize it. Okay, so this is vector coming in, vector 1. Okay, so all we need to do here is temp vector dot normalize and point 1 2 3 1 f. Okay, so we now have vector 1, and now we need to set max vector. Now I'm not 100% sure if this function is available. I wonder. So we'll do f math. Is there a max? There is, you know. Okay, that's cool. So that's perfect for us. So all we do here is we say max vector dot x equals temp vector dot x comma temp vector dot, that's 2 dot x then all we need to do, in fact we can do this a different way. We can do this, right, and we can say f vector open brackets, right, close brackets, comma that, comma that, then we can grab that, paste that there, put y, paste that again, and put z, comma z. Okay, and that is basically that, done, and that is max vector. Okay, this thing here. So now we can go back into here. We've got our max vector. Then we basically linear color structure. So we're going to lerp. And we've already got this. Right, so we're going to lerp this, which we actually do here, I believe. Right, fog color. Okay, so what we want to do is, this is the value coming out. Okay, so what we're going to do is fog direction, fog direction equals F math lerp we'll stick that there. And that's going to be snow amount internal is our alpha. And we're going to say F linear color yep. Comma that, and that's max vector. And then comma that, and we're going to do another one here, and we'll just say temp black, and we're going to say temp black equals F vector, open close, so it's 0.0f, 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 and that is going to go here. Okay. That's open, that's closed. Okay. Hi, quite abandoned. How you doing? Right, we're going to build that. I don't know why that doesn't like that, to be fair. Oh, it's because I've only got one. Duh. Right, we don't do that. Right, do that. Okay. Rock and roll, I suppose. Yeah, motivation can be a tricky subject. Right, so anyway, that should be us. Right? So, with that in mind, we should be able to start passing our variables in. So we should be able to say in scattering colour, Blamo. Okay. Now, there's one thing I want to check here. Yeah, there's no teleport sweep. So we can, it's still, we're working with the fog component. Okay. So we're going to grab these two and basically do that. And then we get to do some testing. Yay! So that value is going to go there. And the fog color is going to go there. And the fog direction is going to go there. Then we're going to do that and drag these down. Yep, I'm hoping for the same results. I did the testing on the other one, and I can show you that in a second if you like. And the difference it made. And the difference it made is the only reason that you're still seeing me doing C++ tonight, right? Because it made quite a big difference, right? So we're basically going to copy that and copy that. Then we're going to copy them and we're going to paste them here, right? And oh, these go here. We've got sun color curve and sky color curve. I don't know what you mean, quite abandoned, struggling on the legs. Snowman. And this one. So we shall copy them. Well, let me just say that if they're anything like the results I got from the other one that I did, then we should be fairly happy. Let me just put it that way. And that's the wrong thing, that's current time goes there. And snow amount time goes there. Right? And we need a sun weight, which is that one. Right? So that actually goes there. And then what we've got to do is we've got to go into here and basically copy these and back to here. Then paste them here. Okay. Damn it. That's me hitting that side button. I never used to hit that anywhere near as much as I do now. Right, and finally this will go in here. And then we can align right and make it a bit nicer. Compile that. And there we go. How's about that then? I've done it again. Right. Now the fun part. Now I believe we've got timer, right? Which is the thing that I added. So what we're going to do first is we're going to have a look at our original code. And I'll show you the difference that one of these functions make. Okay? So let me just show you the difference. Right, so we're going to plug this in to here. Right, so this is going to go here, and what this is doing is, this is the blueprint version. Okay, this was the original version, and it's going to loop through 1,000 times, okay, to give us a reasonable reading. Oh, you're drawing the legs, okay. Right. So, if I press play, you can see that it's taken, well, 22 to 25 milliseconds to do it in a blueprint. Remember, it's run 1,000 times, okay? So basically it's taken 0.0024, right? But remember, it's actually running 60 times a second, okay? So the next thing we do is test it with our C++. Okay, to see what result we get. That goes there, that goes there. Now, quit abandon, what do you think it's going to be? Or anybody else in the chat, what do you think? It takes 24, let's say on average 24 milliseconds, 23, 24 to do it in a blueprint 1,000 times. What do you guys think out there it's going to take, all put through C++? Anybody? And if you've seen it earlier, don't answer. Okay? Right, this is it, just going straight through C++. All the functions are calculated out in C++. Okay? So that this is a fair fight. Right, I'll give you 10 seconds to answer. It's going to go from 23, 24 milliseconds to what? Okay, I guess nobody's answering. Right, well, let's press play and find out. There we all go now. It's running from 10s to 13s. Mostly around about 11 and 12. So basically we got, on this one function, we've got a 50% boost. Okay? So, pretty good, I would say. So now what we're going to do is put it back. Okay. And we're not going to do that. And we're not going to do that. Right. We are going to need to copy some of this back. But in theory, this basically goes back here. Okay. So compile that back, and what we're going to do is not that. We're going to copy this, right, and we're going to put it into our fog parameters, and we're going to paste it here. Then if that's not the one, right, we're going to have to go back here and get it over here. So we're going to do this. We're going to copy that. Right. And then we're going to get to the end here, and we're going to paste that there. And we can paste it there as well. Right. And we can grab this, we can copy that and paste it there. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is, yeah, we can do that. And do we do that though? Actually, no, we don't. Right, what we do is we plug that in there. And this actual part here can go over here. Right, and we can do that. Okay. And we basically do the same thing over here. Right. We plug that in there, and the only difference now is this. Gets replaced by this. Okay. And this goes in here. Okay, so play. We've got 15 milliseconds. Okay. Got a few 17s, but I would say on average we're probably talking 15. Okay. And now what we can do is we can test it on our other one. In here. Compile that. Oops, what's going on there? Oh, I know exactly what it is. That's to go in there. And then that goes in there. Okay, easy mistake to make. And we're back on track. And play. And we're definitely into single digits. So not as much there. Not as much, but that is kind of expected. Right, but we are definitely still saving time. Okay. And there we go. We've saved more time. We've actually by doing this we've actually tidied up. Well, I'm going to call it tidied up, right? Some people might not call this tidied up, right? But you can see here that is a lot cleaner than that. Okay, now you can forget this part. Right, so I'll move this out the way so it's not a cheat. Right, so if we look at these two, I'll just hit the back button again. We can look at these two. This, I would say, is a lot cleaner. Don't know about what you guys think, but I'm going to call it cleaner. Right. So next, I'm going to look at our next possible one to do. Right, so we've done that one, we've done that one, we've done this one. Calculate moon coverage, well, not a lot to that, so I'm probably not going to worry too much about this one. What about this? Yeah, this is one that I kind of wanted to look at. Alright. I've got a few. Not got a heck of a lot. Not got a heck of a lot to do there. I'll think about that one, but that's not heavy on calculations, it's just really this part here. So that's down the order a bit. Right. Yeah, this is probably not worth doing either. Right, this is one that I was definitely looking at, right? This is kind of a definite. Okay. And it's the same things coming in all the time. Right? We've got now the interesting thing here question is this worth doing or is it not? I don't know if this one's worth doing or not. We could do it. Right, let's have a look to see if there's a better candidate. We've got this toggle lights. Again, not a lot of stuff going on. Right, okay. So we might be the other one that I was going to look at and then decided not to was this one here. Right, now holy spaghetti, okay? But the thing about this is it isn't running on tick, right? So it only runs once. And it only really runs at this on begin play. And that's not really worth doing either. Right. So, yeah. I'm going to go with the fact that none of the rest of these are kind of worth doing. This one might be. Not really, actually. There isn't a lot of calculations going on. Actually. This might not be worth doing. Funny thing is, this one actually might be worth doing, right? Because well, it's actually, you know what? It's probably not, because it's not looping as such. That's not got a lot of calculations, neither really has that. Right, okay, we're going to call that a bust. But the other one that we're going to have a look at is the displacement. right? And have a look to see what we can have a look at in here. Okay. Now, you can see that we could do something here. Now, this I believe is update, right? Which is exactly the type of thing that we want to do, right? But this is not going to give us an awful lot of, well, these ones up here are not going to give us a huge speed boost. Right, but what we want to look at is event tick update. And this is debug. No, actually it's not. Yeah, that's debugs. Right, so even just probably not letting it do the render debugs. Okay. So we're basically back to here. Now we could do this. But that's going to be a little bit more. We'll have a think about this, right? But these are looping, right? And it's definitely the case update capture location. Okay, I'm guessing this. Okay, so this might be worth doing. Right. It's got a fair amount in it. It's probably not worth doing, but we could do this. Right, we could... What's this? Yes, that's doing something with the tag. That might be worth doing as well. So there's a few that might be worth doing here. So I'm going to go and grab myself a cigarette, guys. If you're enjoying the stream, hit the like and subscribe. We don't need that many more. How many subscribers do we need to hit 900? It's not many. It was 5 and it's now 4, so hit that like and subscribe button if you don't mind. And we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. So check out the description, hit like and subscribe. Description's got links to our preview, Kickstarter, our Discord servers, my previous game on Steam, what else? Patreon, and our website. So I shall be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere, guys. Alright guys, we are back, and I've not come up with a very good candidate yet. Ah well, catch you later then. So we need 4 more subscribers, I believe. Yep, 4 more. But I'm not worried because Thursday is always a quiet night. Update capture location. It's a possible, but it's not going to do us a lot. I think on this displacement one, it's really going to be if at all it's going to be somewhere else. Now in here we might have something. Right, that's not really going to do much. That's not exactly going to, and that's not really doing us much good either. So that's not a good candidate either. So we need something else. Now we do know there is something in the pond, right? And that is in here. And even then, I'm not convinced. Right? If we look at the event graph, right? Okay. So we'll go back to here. And the one that we're looking at is possibly this. Right? Right, so if it's going to be anything, it's going to be this. Okay. So what we're going to look at here, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We shall go back and we've got this and we've got that. Yeah, we could do this. Even that's not heavy on calculations, to be honest. Calculate head rotation. That was the one we were looking at, right? So that's about our best bet, really. Right? And the thing about this is the interesting thing about this is, right, it comes through here, right? But if this happens to be false, then it does that anyway, right? So if that's false, then 0, 0, 0 is the target, right? If this is true, then this is 0, 0, 0 as well, right? So it's doing these calculations even if it never uses those things. Now I don't know if in Blueprints it kind of compiles those out, if you know what I mean. But that's still not really a big deal. Right, otherwise, yeah, okay. Update that. Smooth rotation. That does absolutely nothing, apparently. And again, nothing much to be doing there. That's the one we looked at. So in reality, there ain't an awful lot to do anything with. If we look at this animation graph, alright, there ain't an awful lot of calculations going on there either. Right, so yeah, not an awful lot about anything to get excited about that we can do with that. That's a bit of a shame. Yeah, there's not an awful lot to be done here, which is fine. Okay, well, that'll be that then. Right. So I'm just wondering if there's anything in our human AI, and I don't think there is really. Right, you can see there's nothing to get excited about. Not a lot of calculations going on. So that seems to be a bit crap. Yeah, set working, set sleeping. So that's all to do with AI and stuff. Right, so not an awful lot to get too excited or not excited about. Oh well, I think we'll have to take our wins where we got it. What I do want to do is I want to have a look at this. Now, there was one or two that we could do something with, but not an awful lot. Right, and one of the main ones here was to check this one as well. But to be honest, I don't think that's going to have saved us an absolute crap. This one's definitely not going to save us an awful lot of time, right? But right, let's have a look at this. Dynamic parameters. Right, nothing to get excited about there. And I know that there's pretty much nothing to get excited about in there either. Ah, interesting. Might be something here. Got a few calculations here. Right. Got that puddle amount. Right. Nothing much there. Nothing much there. Yeah. It was a bit exciting at the start there because I had a few calculations, but in the end it didn't really come to anything. Nothing much to be doing there. I was getting too excited, I suppose. That was the rain parameters, right? What about, I think we looked at this one. Yeah, nothing there to get excited about. It was this one here. Right, this is the one that I fixed up, but I can't remember where I would have to plug these in. I could go to an old version and find out, but we're not doing a heck of a lot here. Yeah, there's not a lot of calculations going on here. There's a little bit, but not very much. Ah, now there is one we can look at. I've just thought of it. Right? And that is the water. Right. Now, I'm just wondering where, well, that's the viewport, so that's not going to really help us an awful lot. Now, I don't know how often this is updating. Right, here we go. This is it here. Oh, that's interesting. It's got to be said. Add a breakpoint. Let's have a look. Step into. Right, let's have a look at this. Hi Sangua TV, how are you today? Right, what's this doing? Not an awful lot. Or not an awful lot that I can do anything with. Ah, right, okay. And that's just doing that. Okay. And then at the end of this, I'm expecting okay, so well, there's not a lot I can do with that. It's got to be said. But we can have a look at this. Alright, see if this does anything. Not really. At the moment, that's just setting some variables. That's just setting some variables. So nothing much we can do with this. Yes, I'm developing. I'm actually just looking for things that I can speed up in C++ at the moment, but not much more I can do, to be honest, at this point. Well, there's a few things, but there's nothing that's absolutely jumping out as the most obvious thing on the earth, right? Those were the biggies. The oceanology, the day-night cycle, the displacement capture, and the weather. I'm good, mate, by the way. Right now, this looks about our, well, that's the one we did. Except we don't have the calculation for this or this, which we could do. Right, which we could do. But what I'm going to do, guys, it's a quiet night. Thursday night's always a quiet night. So if you've enjoyed the stream, hit like and subscribe. I'm going to head off early. Give you guys a rest. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 PM. And if I find something that I can get my teeth into regarding C++ conversion, then I'll do that. Otherwise, we'll get back on some blueprinty stuff. Okay, so thank you guys, anybody that has subscribed, and thank you for anybody who's commented the comments. It's always appreciated, keeps it interesting. And check the links for our website, Discords, a preview, link to our Kickstarter preview, and there's also a link to my previous game on Steam. So thank you for joining. I shall see you tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow we'll hit that 900 mark. You never know. Thanks again. Bye bye for now.